For my money, it's the best time of the year, playoff football time, as postseason action descends upon FedEx Field just outside of D.C. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the Detroit Lions and the Washington Commanders. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
Right to the air is Burrow. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of football.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Troy Anderson gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
11.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
11.
They go to Elliott again. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down. And they go play action now. Burrow. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Azeez Ojulari in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone. For a touchback. And they'll begin by running the option. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here's Willis now off the play fake.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Play action. Here's Willis. And that one into the hands of Brown downfield.
Touchdown, Washington. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 69 yards.
And the Commanders are on the board first here in this division round matchup.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Here we go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The last series for them a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sends his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Burrow will throw.
Finds Pickens out right. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And this throw will be intercepted.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Yeah, they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Willis's throw is taken in by Waddle.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Well, that's good for a 1st down. Here's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
On 1st down, Willis. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards.
Well, you hate that for him.
He gets so close on the big run, but has him in excellent position.
And I know there's plenty of competitive spirit on the defensive side of the ball, but part of me wonders if they would have just preferred him to go ahead and take it into the end zone rather than deal with him again on a likely carry on this down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Malik Willis. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Burrow with a catch made by Johnson. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now it's Burrow. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line.
Okay, this could be it. This could be it. This could be the turning point. Let's go. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. To the air on 1st down. Here's Willis. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Willis on 1st and 10. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Willis with another keeper. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Touchdown! Jalen Waddle, 33 yards. And the Commanders continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here we go. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination. As they've got it 1st and 10. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
A bit of an opening there on the 1st down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Now Willis to throw. That's caught. Waddle on the left side.
Come on.
Going on 4th down. Here's Willis. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Lions will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
Play action. It's Burrow. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the Commanders are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Willis will look to throw on 1st down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Willis, 3rd and long. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Washington.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. From the 10. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Here we go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Burrow's throw complete there to Johnson. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now Burrow on first down. Flush to his right. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
On second down, Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. Fielded right around the 8. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
On the counter, ETN. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
79 Broncos.
On third down, it's Willis. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They run the option here on 1st and 10. Willis hits the turf, sliding down and picking up the first. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
First and 10, Willis.
Flushed out right. Throw right side caught by O.J. Howard. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Ready. Back to the ground with Etienne.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Gonzalez's kick is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They will throw on first down with Burrow. Throw left side, held in by Pickens. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Now Burrow, eluding the pressure right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
11 mighty.
Again, it's Burrow on second and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't loading up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone points up on the board.
Yeah, they go play action now. Burrow.
Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 43. 11.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Escaping the pressure right.
Finds Pickens out right. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
To throw again on second down. Burrow. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Commanders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Willis looking to throw it.
And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Third down, it's Willis. They're going for Hamler, but this is intercepted.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Well, this secondary just continues to be a force. Multiple interceptions in this game, and now the pick six.
And the thing about it is once you get an interception as a unit, you think to yourself, okay, we got that. How do we increase it the next time? Get the interception, do a little more damage, and there's your outcome right there. Take it to the house and break down what they're trying to do offensively.
Zerline out now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big.
He's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll try and run the option left side. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
They'll run with Etienne.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Travis Etienne taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Commanders are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
On 2, ready?
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
11. 11, Thomas.
Burrow looking to pass. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
Here we go.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They go play action with Burrow. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. J.J. Watt able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Talk about 2 sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. That'll give them 8 that time, and that'll force a play on a 3rd and 14.
11 MT, take. 11 Thomas.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pickens on the slant. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the first down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Remember, that was fourth and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and fourth and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the
touchdown, Detroit? Calvin Ridley, 46 yards. And the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Zerline now for the PAT. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They have all but booked their ticket to the NFC Championship game next weekend, and they'll look to finish things off here now in this fourth quarter. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. 7 yards there and a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On second down, Etienne once more. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 79 yards now for Etienne, and he's got a first down.
Check.
And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.